Nothing changes.
Now, good day, guys. So we'll just continue with our class. So the next one is the mathematical language and symbols. So medyo sayo na ni siya based on our activity. So they have there are already 4 students who submitted this activity. So with this video now, you can answer definitely the activity 5, and then the next one is will be the activity 6. So medyo sa'yo na ni siya. So like for example, explain na lang ako. I'm going to explain first. What are you going to do is you're going to identify what is the name of the symbol. Yan na sila. So kamo na bahala. You have the answer in this one is nasa module. Tapos this one, you're going to translate these phrases, these statements into a mathematical phrase. Kaya na kayo. Simple lang. Now, like any language, mathematics has its own symbols, syntax, and rules. So like in your English, naapoy grammar, and then there are rules, and then we have symbols. Now, on the first one, so that you can really identify what is the language is there's a story of Babel, Tower of Babel. This is a story about constructing the a tower enabled to reach its top to heaven, kingdom of God daw. It was just that this is a story or a legend. So example like this one. So we have the tower here, and then these are the people. So if you have noticed that there's a caption there, I have no idea what are you babbling about, and why aren't you working on the tower? So they have constructed the tower daw according to the Bible is to reach the kingdom of God. So at first, the construction of the tower is smoothly being done since all the workers have only one language. So sorry, language. Isa yung language ang ginagamit nila, meaning if they're talking to each other, madali lang kasi nga they are only using one language. But God disrupted or changed the situation, making their language different from each other. So like for example, what if you are kung in real world, what if you are trying to build a building, construct a building, tapos your construction workers are from India, from Bangladesh, from Thailand, uh, from Philippines, so they have different languages. So how are you going to instruct them now what to do? So that is a problem. So there is what they call a language barrier. So there were a language barrier, and the people were confused what the other people are talking and on about, resulting the tower was never finished, and the people were spread in all over and different places of the earth. So wala na human, hindi natapos yung Tower of Babel. So, based on the story, what was the important thing that people should have in order to accomplish a certain task is a language. So, like for example, if you have an assignment in your class, tapos you have different language, then hindi ka maintindihan. So, language is one of the most important thing among the people because it has an important role, which is communication. Para masabtan. Like for example, uh, yung sa langgam in Bisaya is bird, ibon, lumilipad. Pero yung langgam sa Tagalog, naglalakad pa. So, that's the uh, comparison na ata sa language. So, different language, different meaning. So, munang iba yung meaning. So, we have here, for you may ask what's the real meaning of language. So, it's perhaps you could say language is one we use and enable to communicate with each other, or this one of your lessons in your English or Filipino subject. So this one we use to talk to each other that we can understand. Like for example, if you're going to talk to a deaf kanang kwan, you're going to use a sign language because he or she cannot talk. But if the deaf is reading a book, they are using a braille alphabet. So lahi po ang iyang gamit. But still, makasabot siya, makintindi siya. Then, did you know that mathematics is a language in itself? Since it is a language, also mathematics is very essential in communicating important ideas. So, But most mathematical language is in forms of symbols. So like for example, when we say 5 added by 3 is 8, we could translate that it is 5 plus 3 equals 8. So mo na siya ang kwan. Translation from this to a mathematical phrase. So here, the first statement in the form of groups of words, while translation in the form of symbols. So words into symbols. So like for example, this is a mathematical symbols. So they're a bit complicated. So this mathematical sentence is a complex idea. So later you will know the symbols on this one. Nag-assignment na siya. So it consists of Greek letters, so na Greek alphabet. So we have different alphabets. So mathematics being a language in itself may appear complex and difficult to understand simply because it uses a different kind of alphabet. Nung unang Greek. Unang pag first time mo yung pag first time mo makita yung words, medyo iba yung letters, di mo maintindihan. Para siyang encoded or naka-encrypt yung coded yung mga words. It uses a language that has been historically proven effective in communicating and transmitting mathematical reality. So the language of mathematics, like any other language, can be learned, and once learned, sometimes mo na, maintindihan mo yan, madali na lang. It allows us to see the fascinating things and provides us an advantage to comprehend and exploit the beauty of beneath and beyond. So, ang language daw, characteristic of the mathematical language, is we can express that one into three characteristics. So it is precise, meaning it is able to make a very defined distinction. It is concise, able to say things briefly, and it is powerful, able to express complex thoughts with relative cases. Now, the rin ang problema is a English vocabulary, English language, and then the mathematical language is a bit different, pero almost the same thing lang sila. Every language has its vocabulary, the words, and its rules for combining these words into complex thoughts. Diba sa English kay phrases and then sentences. Mathematics is no exemption. At first step, in discussing the mathematical language, so we will make a broad classifications between the noun of mathematics used to name mathematical objects of interest. So like for example, you must study the mathematics vocabulary that is a sentence already. This one, yan eh. Complete sentence. Ang N niya is an exclamation point. So student must learn on how to use correctly the language of mathematics, when and where to use, and figuring out the incorrect uses. So sometimes if you put the arrangement of your symbols, mali na siya. So students must show the relationship and or connections the mathematics language with the natural language. So sometimes konektado sa pareho sa meaning. Students must look forward or study the history of mathematics in order to understand more deeply why mathematics is important in our daily lives. Now, the importance of mathematical language is major contributor to overall comprehension. So, gamit kayo siya. So you can able to comprehend, like for example, the formulas on constructing bridges and buildings and so on, electricity, the commutations, like kato kung the one that I have explained before, kato yung yung magbili ka ng load, tapos mag-iba yung sukli, so you can comprehend, for example, 100 minus 30, tapos yung naiwan na sukli is magkano na lang, 70. So, ano yun siya, words. Pwede siya isulat, that will be into symbols. Pero pag sinasabi mo, iba din yun siya. So, vital for development of mathematics proficiency. So, yung MMW or Mathematics Modern World, yung exam natin later on, because we are going to the problem solving, ano siya, some of the questions is from the board exam, which is the abstract reasoning. So, mga sequences, yun ang gamitin ko sa quizzes natin. So, it also enables both the teacher and students to communicate mathematical knowledge with precision. So, sometimes there are rules that we have to follow. So, if I'm going to say that you're going to use this one and this, then yun, those are the rules that we will be referring to one formula, for example. Now, comparison of natural language into mathematical, para madali lang. So, like, for example, here, Name given to an object of interest. So we have noun. Muna kasagaran, noun. Pronoun. So we have Ernesto, name of a person. Batangas City is the name of a place. And book is an object. And then he is for a person. There's a pronoun. So in symbols, in math, we have 2, 3 minus 2, 3x, 3x plus 2, bx plus by plus c. Well, these are just expression. So, wala pa na siya. Kung sa computer pa na, those are just data, data. Di pa siya process data. So, once you make it to a sentence, so, a sentence is kung sa English yan, it has a complete thought. So, sa English, group of words that expresses a statement, question, or command. So, normally, you will know that this is a sentence pag ano siya, pag merong, what they call this, pang period or exclamation point. So, meron siyang ending or question mark. So, Ernesto is a boy. So, that is a sentence. He lives in Baguio City. And then, Alan loves to read a book. Run. So, that is an exclamation. So, you're telling a command. And then, do you love me? So, that is a question. But, for in mathematics, so, pare-pareho lang po daan siya. Pare-pareho lang sila. So, like, for example, if we're going to talk, we're gonna say 3 plus 2 equals 5. So, that is a sentence already. It's a complete thought. So, pag by equal sign, it's a complete thought. Pag walang equal sign, that is just an expression. So, yun ang diferensya ha. So, we have a plus b equals c, ex plus by plus c equals 0. Then, we have x plus y raised to 2 equals x raised to 2 plus 2xy plus y squared. So, that is an example of a mathematical sentence. Complete na siya. So, dito, like for example, on page 4 in your module, we have 3 plus 4. So, this is a mathematical sentence already. So, ang equal sign, mo na yung ang output niya. So, what you're going to do, the operand is the add or the plus sign. If you read the sentence, 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So, dayon na kayo siya, paminahon. So, ang equal sign is the most important or most popular mathematical verb. So, like for example here, we have the capital, we have 4 statements here. Sentences. We have the capital of Philippines is Manila. So, that is a complete sentence and we have a period. And then we have the Rizal Park is in Cebu. That is still a sentence. But the capital of Philippines in Manila is Manila. So this is true. If you're going to check the statement. Rizal Park is in Cebu. This is false. But still it is a sentence. A complete sentence. 5 plus 3 equals 8. That is correct. But 5 plus 3 equals 9. It is still it is a sentence, but it has a false value. Mathematical statement pa rin. So, false statement siya, pero still a complete sentence. So, a commonly question encountered when presenting the sentence, example 1 plus 2 equals 3 is, if equals is the verb, then what is the plus? The answer is the plus is we call connective. So, nag-connect sa duha ka-objects. So, kung sa English pa, compound. Type to get the compound object of the same type. So, kung sa English pa, that is the and or. So, those are the compound connected. Here are, for example, here the numbers 1 and 2 are connected to give the new number 1 plus 3. So, in English, the connector is and. The cat is a noun, dog is a noun. So, cat and dog is a compound noun. So, yung ito kasi yun. So, kadang plus is connective. And then, we have your, or connects to objects. So, ang katong equal sign is our verb. So, muna na ang katong explain kanina. Particular sentence in allow sentence is, it is a correct arrangement, symbols, complete thought. It makes sense to us the truth of the sentence. It is true or false. So, like for example, sentences can be either true or false. Can be true or false yun siya. So, like for example, the capital of Philippines is Manila. So, this is true, this is false, this is true, and this is false. So the notion of truth is a property being true or false is a fundamental importance in mathematical language. This will apparent as you read this book or this module. So, still a complete sentence ni siya, ha? So, it can either be true or false. Malibog ka na. So, languages have conventions. In English, for example, it is conventional to capitalize name like Israel on Manila. This convention made it easy for readers to distinguish between a noun, a common noun, carol means Christmas song, and proper noun, carol, name of a person. So, duha ka word na siya, different meaning. So, tungkol sa capitalization or conventions niya, na capitalize ang first letter, so ma-identify dayon siya. So mathematics also has its own convention that helps readers distinguish between different types of what you call expression. So an expression daw is a mathematical analog of an English noun. It is a correct arrangement of mathematical symbols used to present a mathematical object of interest. So, mo yung mga symbols na ito ang siranan ninyo dito sa activity. So these are the commonly used conventions, symbols in math. So convention in mathematics, some commonly used symbols, its meaning, and its example. So these are the symbols here. And then we have your name, your meaning, and then you have your example. So we have here union. So if we're going, the example is a union of set A and set B. This one is intersection. So balian niya. So intersection is intersection of set A and set B. So we have this one, this symbol here is an element. You read that one as element. So X is an element of A. So example niya. So this is not an element of, X is not an element of A. So a set of, a set of elements. So we are declaring a set. So later, we're going to discuss this one. So we have this one, a subset. A is a subset of B. So muna siya. So if you're going to read this, A is a subset of B. This one is A is not a subset of B. So not a subset yung symbol. So ellipsis, there are still other items to follow. So and so on. Kung sa English pa, and so on. We have conjunction, A and B. So, one ang symbol niya. You read this one, A and B. A or B, that's the symbol. You write this one. You say this one, it's A or B. Not A, negation. So, kanin siya disjunction or conjunction. So, pareha din sa compound, connectives sa English. And then we have implies, F then statement. So, kaning arrow. F A then B. So, you read this one, F A then B. So we have bidirectional sa programming, but this one in our subject, it is if and only if A, if and only if B. So maning symbol. You read this one, A and only if B. So baliktad na A, this is for all X. And then we have there exists an X. And then to look at that, therefore C. So, di ba sa inyong science ata, therefore I conclude. And then we have such that X, such that Y, end of proof, congruence, equivalent. So, tulo ka linya. A is congruent to B. So, like this one. Modulo to N, mod, N. So, we have A, B, C. Those are the alphabets in your variables. In your English alphabet, that's considered as our variables. Lowercase, depende na lang nimo how are you going to use. But normally, is lowercase yun siya. So, we have here symbol. So, AX, subscript. So, subscript is kanang sa ubos. Superscript is kanang nasa taas. Kung sa English na siya. So, 5x2 raised to 6 or exponent 6. So, I'm sure you know this one already. Plus, minus, subtraction. We have the multiplication. Delete tong x ha. Parenthesis. So, but still, but this is times. And then we have division as either this one. Sagaran may gamit. Pero wala yun, nanda na to katumang sa elementary or sa high school, medyo lahi siya. Kasi mo sa cellphone ang medyo kuan. So A plus B, A added by B, A increased by B. So wording, a word sum, bikil sa words, subtracted, minus, diminish, so nakuhaan. So this is an example. Multiply time, so it's the same thing. So saya na kayo. And then we have the last part here, equal sign, not equal to. So, like for example, a 3 is not equal to 4. And then greater than, this is true, 10 greater than 5. Less than is 5 less than 10. Greater than or equal to. So, normally this one, ang kaning greater than or equal to is, unahon, the first thing that you're going to compare is katong greater than, and then later na equal sign. So, if this is true or false, that's the next, the activity 7 for our true or false. We have less than or equal to, and then we have the binary operations, A times A and B, and then A and B equals A plus 17B. So, these are the symbols, also part of activity 5. We have natural numbers, so whole numbers, so with 0 ni siya, in 0 and 1. So, kanang in natural numbers na siya, it's either 0 to until infinite. So, not tulo ka dot ellipse. So, 0 is an element of NO, natural number 0, with 0. And then we have 6 is also an element of N1, which is a natural number without 0. Your Z is integer set, so katong na negative, negative 0 and 1, 2, 3. So, this is an integer set, so positive and negative. So, negative 6 is an element of Z. Rational set, or ganin dakong Q, rational set is X is such that X is A over V, where A and B is an element of Z and B is not equal to 0. So, element set of X. So, we have 2 divided by 6 is an element of Q, rational set. So, kasagaran fraction, ni siya dire, automatic rational siya. Tumatong nga decimal. The real set is mo na ni ang kinadak-an na value compared to the CQN and kuan. Mo ni kinadako-dako ni siya compare ani niya. Real number set, so combinations of Q, Z, and N. So we have X is sets that it's an infinite. So this is a symbol for infinite. Negative infinite is less than X, to X is greater than, less than to the infinite. So kanang tanang value is muna to ang R, real number set. Infinite. Kaya bantay mo mag-calculator mo, tapos medyo mahaba yung number. So that's the example of a infinite value. It is never ending value. So the last one is the complex number set. So one na to na isagol ng mga symbols na. Ito sa algebra, for example. So the first activity is translating words into symbols. So practical problems seldom if ever come into equation form. So kasagaran sa exam na to, words tapos combine mo, you're going to create a formula or solve that one. So like for example here, let x be a number, translate each phrase or sentence into a mathematical expression or equation. So we have number 1, 12 more than a number. So 12 daw is mas malaki daw, malaki sa more than a number. So additional siya, dagdag mo ng isang number na unknown value, which is the x. 8 minus a number, so meaning makukuha you're going to subtract, kukuhaan ng isang number pero hindi mo alam unknown number. So x minus 8 minus x. An unknown quantity less than 14. So less than, so unknown, so your number x less than, so less 14, so not less than, less 14, so meaning kukunin or tanggalan mo ng 14 na value. 6 times a number is 54, so 6 times a number, so kaning 6, so hindi yung x na to, hindi times this is the unknown value, and then the automatic na assuming na yung plus, yung x, 6x there is multiplication diretso. At I think discuss din sa inyong high school tsaka elementary. So this is 54. And then we have 29 of a number is 11. So 29, 2 ninths. So fraction siya of a number is 11. And then we have 3 more than 7 times is 9, more than 5 times the number. So 3 more than, so plus 7 times a number. So 7 times a number. And then equal is man. So that's equal ang is 9 more than, so plus 5 times the number. Then we have twice a number, 2x less than less 8, so minus 8 equals, we have is munang equals 3x to tx equal to 1. Twice a number less 8 is equal to 1 more than 3 times a number. So, we have 2x minus 8 equals 3x plus 1. Or pwede po, dalawang answer niya kasi is we have twice a number, dalawang beses. So, multiply mo yung dalawa, twice a number sa isang number. So, times 2, yung number na yun. Tapos, less 8 minus 8 is, so is equal 1 more than 3 times the number. So, 3x, tandaan niya siya. 3x, tapos may 1 plus. So, pwede rin siya. You can either write that 3x plus 1 or 1 plus 3x. So, that's for, what we call this? That's for the activity 5. So, kaya lang yung answeran ni siya. So, you just identify what's the name of the symbols and then you try to answer these values here. Kaya na kayo. Madali lang. Kayang-kaya. So, the next one is the sets and subsets. So, the language of set, so use of the word set is a formal mathematical term as introduced in 1979 by George Cantor. So, for most mathematical purposes, we can think of a set as Cantor did. So, a set of well-defined objects. So, like for example, a set of counting numbers 1 to 10. So yung number na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, we can say it is a set. A set of English alphabet from A to E. A set of even numbers and a set of integers. So, a set is denoted with braces or curly brackets. So, mo niya. And label or name of the set. So, na ay example niya is capital yun ang name sa set. A, B, C, and so on. A set of counting numbers from 1 to 5. So, ang A, so this is set A, which is equal to or a set of 1. It has a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then a set of English alphabet from A to D. So, set B has an elements of A, B, C, and D. A set of all even positive integers, so positive, dili negative. So, 2, 4 even, so 2, 4, 6, 8, then 3 dots, ellipsis, so and so on. Dili na i-mention, itaas sa siya, mahaba na. So, we have set C. So, ang set C has an elements of 2, 4, 6, 8, and ellipsis, and so on. We have set of an integers, we have D. So, set of integers, so it's either from all the negatives and positive without any decimal value. So, set of integers. Puro whole number lang, pero may negative. So, now, if S is a set, the notation is X. Then we have this E symbol here is an element of S. So, it means that X is an element of S. The notation X and this symbol here means that X is not an element of S. So, dali. So, for example, we have set A. It has 5 elements. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 1 is an element of A. 3 is an element of A. And 5 is an element of A. So, naman sa diri sa sulod. Ang sa pakita man. Ang question is 6 an element of A? No, it is not a set. It's an element of set A because there's no 6 diri na set. Walang 6 dito. So, 6 is an element of set A or 6 is not an element of A. So, more ba siyan? If wala gi-mention, it's not an element. Pag i-mention siya inside your element, then that is a element. So, unit set. So, a unit set is a set that contains only one element. So, may laman. So, we have set A as an element of 1. Set B is an element of C, letter C. Set C is a element of, ang sulod niya is only one, which is banana. Empty set or null set, walay sulod. So, empty lang, walang sulod. So, walay 1. So, null set na siya ang tawag. It has no element. So, yan yung itsura niya. A set of 7 yellow Carabaos. And then we have the finite set. Finite set is fixed na ikuan na ikahumanan, countable. So you can count them. Finite set is set elements with this given set is countable. So we have set A that has an elements of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set B has an element of A, B, C, and D. Infinite set is has an elements is given set that has no n or not countable. So infinite siya. Ito muna to na yung mga ellipses. So a set of counting numbers. So these are counting numbers. So this is example of set A. So a set A is ellipse negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have your ellipses and so on. Cardinal number is pasabot is letter N. Ang cardinal numbers are numbers that used to measure the number of elements in the set. So, measure the elements of set. Sa'yo na kayo na siya. Dali lang. Bilangin mo lang yung elements sa loob. That's the cardinal number. So, we have set A has an element of 2, 4, 6, 8. The cardinal number for that is 4. Apat man siya. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat. Set B has an element of A, C, and E. So, it has 3. The cardinal number for this set B is 3. Ang equal set daw, meaning equal, two sets, set say A and B are said to be equal if and only if they have the equal number of cardinality and the elements are identical. So like for example, we have set A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and set B is 3, 5, 2, 4, 1. Bisa kahit ano, kahit hindi siya arrange katulad nito, it has the same elements and also it has the same numbers of cardinality, equal siya. Equal set siya. We have equivalent set, two sets, set A and B are said to be equivalent if and only if they have the exact number of elements. When we say the exact number of elements, so the cardinality po basihan, cardinality niya. So for example, we have set A, there are 5 elements. So set B have also 5 elements. So this is equivalent set, but not an equal set. Universal set is a set of all elements under that discussion. So for example, a set of English alphabet from A to Z. So that's the universal set. Joint set, two sets, say A and B, are said to be joint sets if and only if they have common elements. So we have set A and set B. We have set A is elements of 1, 2, and 3. Set B is elements of 2, 4, 6. So here, set A are joint since they have common elements such as 2. So, na-konektado nila to. Konektado sila ang duha ka set. Disjoint sets are two sets, say A and B are to be disjoint if only if are mutually exclusive or they don't have common elements. So, A and B are disjoint set because we have set A is 1, 2, 3. Set A has 1, 2, and 3. We have set B has 4, 6, 8. So, walay common nila. So, disjoint set na siya. So we have two ways of describing a set. So we have roster or tabular method is done by listing or tabulating the elements of the set. We have rule or set builder method. So this is an example of what they call this roster or tabular method. You have to list all. And this one is the rule or set builder method. So we have what they call this A. Set A is has an element of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and X. Set A has an element where of X such that X is a counting number from 1 to 5. So meaning from 1 to 5 daw. So this is also a description. So this one is a builder already. Set A is equals to X such that X is an element of n natural numbers where X is less than 6. So, sa'yo na kayo. Kaya na kanina na. Set B. So, normally is kaning sa'yo na ni ang roster method. Ang roster method kasi you have to list or isulot mo lang yung lahat ng elements doon. But sa A and B, para madali maintindihan, you have to describe what is the data inside or what are the elements inside. Imo ra i-describe description describing the common characteristics daw sa element. So, description lang. Kaya na kayo. So, we have set B. So, klaro kayo. This is English alphabet. We have A to Z. Then set B is equals to X such that X is an element of the English alphabet. B is also uh, set B, whereas X such that X is an element. So is an element is an English alphabet. This one other. So pare-pareho lang sila. Okay, continuing with our lesson, we have subsets. So a subset A, subset of B means that every element of A is also an element of B. So ano siya? This is the symbol for subset. Then katong walay underline sa ubos, that's the proper subset. Ano siya? Para ma-differentiate ninyo. Strict or proper subset. So if X is an element of set A, then X is an element of set B. In particular, every set is a subset of itself. So meaning, kung ang subset pangod kay unsay naa sa A, napod sa B. Walay ko ang subset. Ang proper subset is naagihapon dito ng a subset is called a proper subset. A is a proper subset of B if B is proper subset of B, at least one element on B that is not on A. So for example, para madali lang maintindihan, ano yung ang tawag nito, ano yung proper subset. So for example, we have A dito. Tapos meron siyang element 1 and 3 and 5. Then we have B. Tapos ang element niya is 1, 3, and 5. So this is the subset. Ay pareho ron sila. Napa siya dito. Or we'll add another one. So nice 6. So we have 1, 3, 5 and 1, 3, 5 here. So we can say that A is a subset of B. But kung proper subset, meaning that may element sa B na wala sa A. So we can say that it is a proper subset. So ang diferensya lang, ang subset is, for example, ang proper subset may element on B that is not on A. That's a proper subset. Now, if X is a subset of B and then X is a subset of B, then there's an element of B such that B is an element of B and B is not element of A. Muna ang sa proper subset. So meaning na ay element sa B na wala sa A. So the empty set or kaning symbol has no elements is also a subset of every set. So meaning kanang empty set still is a subset of that set A. For example, like this one, A is subset of itself. The number of subsets in a given set is given by 2n, whereas n is the number of elements of a given set. So, para masabtan, so that malaman kung ano yung, what they call this, how many subsets, the number of subsets in a set is, for example, we have set A that has elements of 1, 2, and 3. So, what is being asked is list down all the subsets of A. Number of subsets is 2n. So, pila ka element? We have 3. So, 2 raised to 3. And that is 8 subset. Unsa na 8 subset? The 8 subset is with one element. Isa-isahon. Isa-isa lang natin. So, we have 1, 2, and 3. That's with one element. Negatong partner with two elements. We have 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2, 3. So, pila na? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, ang 7, katong tulo na ka-combination. And the last one, for the 8 subset, is mo na to ang with no elements or empty set. So, pila ka subset. So, mo ni ang malo. These are the 8 subsets of the 3 element na set A. So, appeal always ang with no elements or empty set. So, dali ra kayo na siya. If 3 elements, 2 raised to n, pila ka cardinality niya, so that's n, so that's the total subset. Always include your empty set. Now, given elements, A and B, symbol A and B denotes the ordered pair. So, kaning partner-partner na siya. Consisting of A and B together with the specification that A is the first element of the pair and B is the second element. Two ordered pairs A and B and C and D are equal if and only if A is equal to C and B is equals to D. So, para masabtan, dali lang masabtan, we have, if A and B is equals to 3 and 2, so, man siya 3 and 2, what would be the value of A and B? Unsa may sulod sa A and B? So, the value of A, so by definition, the two pairs A and B and C and D, if only if C, A is equals to C and B is equals to D, so ang value sa A is 3 and value sa B is 2. Tura ka sa yan. Now, we have letter B, second example, find x and y if we have this expression 4x plus 3, comma y and y equals to 3x plus 5, comma or and negative 2. So, pareho, the same format as this one. If A and B is equals to 3 and 2, so your A is 3 and your B is 2. So, basically, this is your A. Kani siya, mo na imong x. Kaning y, mo na yung kaning 4x plus 3, mo na si imong x. Mo na ang value niya karon. So, for example, this will become kani mo ni ang value. So, parehaso na dari sa 3, mo ni ang sulod sa mo hang x. So, mo na si x, mo na si y man. And your y is equal to negative 2. So, your y is equals to negative 2. Ang imong sunod is, what is the value of 4? Ang x diri gingon is x equals to 2. Anong natuman si x? We have 4x plus 3 equals 3x. We have 3x plus 5. So, you're going to put all x here. So, we have 4x minus 3x equals 5 minus 3. So, you will have your x equals to 2. So, that's why your answer is x equals 2 and y equals to 3. Now, the operation of sets, kung mag-operate sets, we have the union. So, the first one is union of sets. Sets can be combined in a number of different ways to produce another set. So, these are the basic operations. The first one is union of sets. So, kaning baliktad, maning U, baliktad U. The union of sets, set A and B is denoted by A union of B. So, it's defined as this. We have A union B, whereas your X, A union B has an element of X such that X is an element of A or X is an element of B. So, for example, we have example number 1, if A is equals to element 1, 2, and 3, and B is equals to element 4 and 5. So, ang union, imo ra siya i-combine ang duha ka set. Sahon na nimo siya. So, what if kani siya, number 2, example number 2 kay na parehong value, we have set A is 1, 2, 3 and set B is 1, 2, 4, 5. So, if you have, you're going to list all the elements without repeating. So, note that elements are not repeated in a set. So, dili siya ibalikon kay have the same value na. So, we have 1, 2, and 3. So, kaning 2 dire, dili na ibalik, kaya na naman daan siya dire. So, we have 3, then itong 4 and 5. So, no repetition. Yan, ito na kasayon ang union. The next one is ang intersection. The intersection of sets denoted by this symbol is defined as a intersection of B, whereas X is such that X is an element of B and A is an element also of, and X is an element of B. So we have two examples here. We have X, if A has an element of 1, 2, and 3, and B, set B has an element of 1, 2, 4, 5. Ang iyang intersection, A intersection of B is 1 and 2. So unsay common nilang duha? Unsay common is we have 1 and 2, 1 and 2 po dire. So that's the intersection. So ha nag-meet ang duha ka set. If example number 2, we have set A 1, 2, 3 and set B is 4, 5. So wala siya intersection. You're looking for the intersection. So it's a null or empty set, empty ang iyang answer niya. So walay intersection na walay value ang ilahang kuan intersection. There's no common element. The different set the difference of the set is kung sa ano pa sa common na math is basic na math is for subtraction. So the difference of set A and B is denoted by A minus B is the set as A minus B or A difference of B is that's has an element such X, whereas X such that X is an element of A and X is a not element of B. So for example, we have set example A, we have set A is equals to 1, 2, 3 and B equals to set of element of 1, 2, 4, 5. So A minus B, so unsa may ko ang kuan niya 1 minus 2 kuan na 1 diri so imong kuan si 1. Then kanina po 2 kuan po nimo siya. So minus man kanira may kuan. So ang nag-una na letter, ang first letter is the one the original the larger value. So maray mabilin. So ang B is unsa ray pwede makuha nimo didto. Ang kani may gamiton nimo pag yung pagtanggal ito yung value sa B. So we have na 1, na may 1. So erase mo si 1. So ang retaining value is katong sa A. Kung si the first set is yun na yung maiiwan diyan. So we have 2 minus and 2. So 3 walang 3 dito. 4 and 5 wala din 4 and 5. So maiiwan na lang is si 3. So we have A, set A 1, 2 and 3 and set B is 4, 5. A minus B wala man ang equal, walang value ang 2 and 3. So, the answer is 1, 2, and 3. So, para siyang 1 minus 0. So, still the answer is 1. If set A is A, B, C, and D, and B is A, C, E. So, A minus B. So, na may AC, o AC, may AC. So, may iwan na lang is B and D. So, ang E hindi kasama kasi walang E dito. So, note that in general, A minus B is not equal to B difference of A. So, ang complement is yung, what they call this, general, yung wala sa set. So, for set A, the difference is U minus A, universal set. Whereas the universe, U is the universe, is called the complement of A, is denoted by AC. Thus, AC is the set of everything, but not that is not on A. So like for example, we have let U, universal set, A, E, I, O, U. And set A is AE. So, unsa may wala dire, mo to ang complement of A, opposite niya, na naa sa universal set. So, ingato ra kasayon ang sa complement set. So, ang universal set mo ang the whole elements. And then, ang set A is just part lang sa universal set. And then, yung A complement or complement of set A is katong wala gi-mention sa set A. Now, the Cartesian product, this one, is given set A and B. The Cartesian product of A and B, denoted by A times B, or A cross B, is the set of ordered pair A and B, where A is in A and B is in B. So, A cross B is equals to ordered pair of A and B, whereas such that A is an element of B and B is an element of B. So, dali makaimbawan na siya. We have sample. Dito dali na masabdan. We have set A and B. Set A, 1 and 2, and set B, A and B. So, what is A cross B? So, mura siya multiplication na mo. You have to add them. Multiply them, combine them. Combination lang, meaning all combinations. We have A cross B, we have 1A, 1B. So 1A, 1B, then 2A and 2B. So how many elements are there on A cross B? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 elements, including the empty, ikalima si empty set. But on here, we have 4 kabuo. 4 kasets ang element. We have 1, comma A, and 1, comma B, 2, comma A, and 2, comma B. So example number 1, we have 1, 2, 3 set A and B, set A and B. So we have distributive property, we have 1A, 1B, then 2A, 2B, 3A, and 3B. So, ingato ra kasayon ang A cross B. Distribute na nimo. The last one, So, for example, balihon na nato ni siya. Kanin dire, we have B. Same as B, example number 1. So, balihon na to. So, we have A1, A2, A3. So, A1, A2, A3. So, we have, nahulog ni siya ang your B is A and B. And then, your A is 1, 2, and 3. So, ang unahon mo, si A1, then sunod kay si A2, sunod kay si A3. Wala sila. Sunod si B1, B2, and B3. So, ingato ra ka sa yun. Now, the last one is the, what do you call this, Venn diagram. This is one of your activity assignments sa last activity 7. So, Venn diagram is illustration of the relationship between and among sets. So, kanira, drawing lang ni kanila sila, kaning mga complement sets, different sets, intersection. So, Venn diagram is the drawing part, illustration ato niya. So, we have the union. So, we have kaning usa ka rectangle man universal set. Man ang tinibukan. Yung buo talaga. Tapos yung set A and set B, union is yun yung nag-combine yung dalawang set. So, we have set A and set B. So, yung wala na mention dyan, yung wala, for element, that is the complement of, that's the complement of A and B, union of B, complement. Intersection is yun ng combine or yung common ng dalawang set. So, yung naka-highlight dyan, yung may kulay, that's the union, and this one is the intersection. Yun na yun, may kulay. So, we have difference. A minus B is, kung ano yung, naiwan na lang is yung A minus yung B. And then, we have complement of A. So, set A, yung wala sa A, yun na yun ang complement of A, which is under sa U. So, you can easily answer the example sa activity 7. Wait lang. We'll put that one up. So, activity 6 and activity 7. So, deadline for that is this month. 6 pa pala yun. So, you're going to draw the Venn diagram of these problems here. So, dali lang. So, for example, I will answer. We'll try to answer. This is the universal set. 1, 2, 3. And then, which is set U. We have A. And then we have C and C. So, what is the union of A and B? The union of A and B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, that's the answer of this one. So, yun na. Dali lang. Kaya nyo lang. So, kayo na yung magbigay ng sagot yun sa iba. So, ang mahirap dito is yung number 7 lang ata. Pero dali lang siya. If you know, you have to draw first. And then, so that you can easily identify.